Hello and welcome to SkizzleCraft, everyone. I am Anne, also known on this server as White X Black Rose. Now, if you have seen my planning video, welcome back. Otherwise, I will do clicky links. And we are at my base. I tried to follow certain things, but this is not what I want to highlight today. My overgrown nature reclaiming stuff house. And over there is a build that a server mate did. What I want to show is the monstrosity. The monstrosity that I have decided to live atop of. This. Oh, I wish I could do spectator mode. Now, I've done a little bit of cleaning up and building, but basically, let's turn, nope, wrong buttons. Let me go beneath ground, I think. So, I'm in a mountain area with lush caves everywhere and what feels like 1,000,000 miles worth of caves. Oh, and there's a witch somewhere. Oh, great. So, bringing up the mini-map, this is only a tiny taste of what this looks like, and I am, on the server, I'm legitimately, dig a hole in any direction, and I find more stuff. Now, I also have nicknamed this base Death Loop, and I shall show you in a moment why. But basically, I am on top of the deep dark, which means that I have a bunch of wardens as my base buddies. And that is not good. So I have been, real talk for a moment, I have been spawn-proofing my base almost non-stop. And I see I'm about to get attacked by this crappy face. Oh, this is not the POV I want to be in. Hello. Hi, jerkface. Hi, jerkface. Yeah, this is why I've been spending the last few weeks spawn-proofing my base, and I'm going to have to hop off and show you the other part of this, but because my base has so many tunnels and caves and mine shafts and deep dark and so forth, I want to do some hollowing out. I want to interconnect everything. I want to spawn-proof everything. And I want to host epic hide-and-seek games here. Because I legitimately have the natural spawning space to do it. I came up with the idea late the other night when talking with some server buddies, and while the Death Loop nickname of my base is not appealing, the idea of hide and seek is. So I'm in the area of my base where it's very pretty, very ginormous, but welcome to Death Loop. This is the biggest open area of my base so far that I've found, and I had to be rescued. And the rescuers got ganked by the Screamo face, known as the Warden, but it just keeps going on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever, and I really want to get everything properly spawn-proof, and I think that whenever the Guardian Farm, community gardening, words are hard, the community Guardian Farm is open, I will go over there and get a bunch of scene lanterns to put down and then put this stuff on top. But to kind of show you what I am very prone to doing, let's hop over in my models world as soon as I get to somewhere safe. You know what? I'm going to go down into my double spawner area to hide until I can return and talk to you. So here we are in my model world, and by the way, hi, editing in here. My audio for this clip was garbage, so I'm redoing it. So we're in my model world, which is where I build a lot of stuff for D&D concepts, homebrew stuff that I have for sale as video game stuff and tabletop stuff. Because I'm a very visual person, and I see I got lost during this clip. But this area for the model, it has about 7 ravines. 3 that were exposed and several that were underground. So what I did was blast through everything with TNT, open up the mine shaft areas to create a big open space. And again, I'm still working on it, but the goal with this entire place was to create an underground city. So we're going to have hanging gardens like what we see with some trees and the honeybees. And then we're entering into the stuff that still has to be done. But as you can sort of tell, this is an enormous space which resembles what I have in SkizzleCraft for my base. And I'm thinking of copying quite a few things from this model to translate over. The twisting staircases on the side of the cliffs, this adorable setup with the lanterns, some situations where people are living inside of the cliff, maybe even a shop front in the cliff. Some jankiness with supports with rubble on top to make it look like it was a bad fix that was the best they could do in the moment. And then coming down here, we're getting into the portion of the model that I really want to copy. So to kind of describe it, there were 3 caverns on top of each other, which was on top of a lava lake. And I probably used about 1 million stacks of TNT to accomplish this big, huge, open area. Now, this I think would probably be the most appropriate for SkizzleCraft, for my base to create the hide and seek arena. This, once filled in with stuff such as houses and marketplaces, maybe a park, maybe some farms, it will be perfect to host games in. And of course, I would do a little more chiseling out, more platform areas, some places that perhaps look a little bit janky with how they're attached. But from a storytelling perspective, this is sort of what I want to go for. This big open area where people have moved in to make homes and do work, perhaps because the outside is maybe a little bit too harsh or a little bit overcrowded. Again, one of the themes for my main house I'm living in on SkizzleCraft is a Czech farm. So if the stuff above ground is all farmland, then where do the people live? They would be living underground and wherever they can cram themselves in comfortably. So I may not follow this exactly because I have such a big area and I don't want to have a lot of fog effects in the background, but to at least create several zones with this where they're big and open and so forth. I think it would create a really good arena for games and even making a PvP hide and seek where people are in teams with wooden swords and the very basic leather armor to just kind of hack at each other. So with this said, I think the first thing I need to plan for is collecting the resources for all the TNT that I will need for the areas where I want the roof of the cavern to stay intact, bone meal to create the exposed little parts of the ravine where there are pokey holes into the sky. I've already started doing that, but as far as TNT goes, I think I need 4 million stacks. I have a lot of bargaining to do in my future, I think. Thank you for listening. I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.